Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's presentation. I'm excited to have you all here. Today, we'll be exploring the Union and its territories. This is the first slide, so I just want to give you a quick overview. We'll look at what the Union is, its various territories, and some key facts along the way. Let's get started. Let's take a closer look at Articles 1 to 4, which are part of the first section of our Constitution. This section specifically deals with the Union and its territories. Now, starting with Article 1, it states that the name of our country is India, or Bharat in Hindi, and it emphasizes that India shall be a union of states. Interestingly, our Constitution doesn't use the word federation anywhere, which is quite unique compared to many other countries. According to Article 1, the territory of India can be categorized into three main parts. First, the territory of the states, which are the regions governed by the individual state governments. Second, the union territories, which are directly governed by the central government. And third, there is a category for territory that can be acquired by India at any time, meaning land that can be gained through agreements or other legal means in the future. So, in summary, these articles establish the fundamental structure of our country's territorial organization, highlighting the concept of a union rather than a federation, and outlining the different types of territories that make up India. This foundation is crucial because it defines how our country is structured geographically and politically within the framework of the Constitution. Now, let's take a closer look at Article 2. This article gives the Parliament the authority to admit new states into the Union. Essentially, it empowers the Parliament to decide which territories can become part of India. There are two main powers granted here. First, the power to admit new states that already exist as separate entities. For example, when a region has its own government and boundaries but is not yet a full state of India, Parliament can admit it as such. Second, the power to establish entirely new states. This means that Parliament can create a new state from scratch, even if it didn't exist before. This could involve reorganizing territories or merging regions to form a new state. So, to summarize, the first point refers to the admission of regions that are already in existence, but not yet recognized as states. The second point relates to creating new states that were not there before. Connecting this to our overall theme, these powers are crucial because they provide the legal framework for the expansion and reorganization of our union, ensuring it can grow and adapt as needed. Let's take a closer look at Article 3. This article authorizes the Parliament to make significant changes regarding the states within the country. First, it allows the formation of a new state by separating a part of an existing state or by combining parts of two or more states. This is a way to create new administrative units when needed. Second, it gives the Parliament the power to increase the area of any state, which might happen through boundary adjustments or territorial acquisitions. Conversely, it also allows for decreasing the area of a state if necessary. Third, the article permits altering the boundaries of any state, which can be important for political, geographical, or administrative reasons. Fourth, it authorizes changing the names of states, which can reflect cultural, historical, or identity considerations. Overall, this article provides the legal framework for states to evolve and adapt over time to meet the country's changing needs. It highlights the flexibility and authority granted to the Parliament to manage state boundaries and identities, aligning with the broader theme of federal structure and governance. Let's take a closer look at Article 4. This article basically clarifies the scope of laws made under Articles 2 and 3. These laws are primarily aimed at amending the first and fourth schedules of the Constitution, as well as handling supplementary, incidental, and consequential matters. Now, an important point here is that the Constitution itself explicitly states that laws made under Article 2, which deals with the admission and establishment of new states, and under Article 3, concerning the formation of new states and the alteration of existing state boundaries, are not to be considered as amendments to the Constitution. This means that changing the boundaries or creating new states is treated differently from amending the core provisions of the Constitution. It's a crucial distinction because it highlights that certain territorial changes are not viewed as constitutional amendments, but as separate legislative actions. Understanding this helps us see how flexible the Constitution is in accommodating changes related to state boundaries without altering its fundamental structure. This connects to the overall theme of constitutional adaptability and the specific procedures for different types of changes. Let's talk about the Dihar Committee. In June 1948, the Constituent Assembly appointed the S.K. Dihar Commission to examine the issue of reorganizing states based on linguistic lines. The idea was to see if states could be formed or restructured according to the languages people spoke. However, there was concern that such a reorganization might trigger religious sentiments and threaten the fragile national unity, especially considering the partition that had just happened. The Commission ultimately rejected the idea of creating states solely on linguistic lines. Instead, they focused on the evolution of states and union territories, emphasizing that state boundaries should be more about administrative convenience and historical considerations rather than just language. This decision was a significant step in shaping the federal structure of India, balancing linguistic diversity with national integration. In 1948, during the Jaipur session of the Congress, a significant decision was made. They appointed 3 key members to consider the recommendations of the Dihar Commission. These members were Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, and Pattabhi Sitaramaiah. Together, they were tasked with examining the proposals and deciding the next steps. Now, an important point here is that the committee rejected the use of language as the foundation for reorganization. This was a crucial decision because language was a highly sensitive issue, and the committee chose to set it aside in favor of other considerations. This leads us to the JVP Committee, which played a vital role in shaping the future course of action. Their approach was to focus on broader issues rather than just linguistic lines, aiming for a more inclusive and practical reorganization process. Connecting this to the overall theme, it shows how the leaders prioritized unity and pragmatic solutions over linguistic divisions, which were deeply divisive at the time. This decision was a step toward creating a more integrated and harmonious approach to state reorganization in India. The Fazl Ali Commission, also known as the States Reorganization Commission, or SRC, was established by the Government of India in 1953. Its main purpose was to carefully study how the Indian states should be reorganized to better serve the country's administrative and social needs. The commission was chaired by Fazl Ali, and it included other notable members like K.M. Panikkar and H.N. Kunzru. One of the key aspects the commission focused on was the demand for states based on language, which was a significant issue at the time. They recommended reorganizing states primarily on a linguistic basis, but they also kept administrative convenience in mind to ensure smooth governance. Following the Commission's recommendations, the government passed the States Reorganization Act in 1956. This act was a major milestone because it led to the reorganization of India into 14 states and 6 union territories, shaping the political map of modern India. So, in essence, the Fazl Ali Commission played a crucial role in shaping the structure of India's states, aligning them more closely with linguistic and administrative considerations, which was a vital step in India's post-independence nation building. In October 1953, a significant milestone in linguistic states' history took place. The Indian government was compelled to create its very first linguistic state, which was Andhra Pradesh. This was specifically formed from the Telugu-speaking areas that were previously part of the Madras Presidency. This move marked a crucial step in recognizing linguistic identities within India. It also set a precedent for the reorganization of states based on language, which is a recurring theme in our overall discussion. This development highlights how language played a vital role in shaping political and administrative boundaries in India. So let's take a closer look at how the states in India evolved over time. Initially, regions like Travancore and Cochin merged to form what we now know as Kerala. Similarly, Hyderabad state was divided into several parts. the Telangana region became part of Andhra Pradesh, the Marathwada region joined Maharashtra, and the Kannada-speaking areas integrated into Karnataka. Moving on, we see that Madhya Bharat, Vindhya Pradesh, and Bhopal came together to form Madhya Pradesh. The Saurashtra and Kutch regions merged into the Bombay state, which later evolved into Gujarat. Ajmer was incorporated into Rajasthan, and Coorg, which had a unique identity, became part of the Mysore state, now Karnataka. East Punjab was reorganized into the state of Punjab. And of course, after 1956, we saw the creation of several new states and union territories, reflecting India's ongoing process of political and administrative reorganization to better serve its diverse population. All these changes highlight how India's map has continuously evolved to accommodate linguistic, cultural, and regional identities, which is central to understanding our nation's unity in diversity. Let's take a closer look at how the formation of new states in India has evolved over the years. Starting with the year 1960, the Bombay Reorganization Act was a significant milestone. It led to the creation of two new states, Gujarat, which became the 15th state of India, and Maharashtra. This reorganization was primarily based on linguistic and regional considerations to better serve the people. Moving to 1963, we see the integration of the Naga Hills and Tunsang area from Assam, which resulted in the formation of Nagaland. This was an important step in recognizing the distinct identity of the Naga people. In 1966, the Punjab Reorganization Act was enacted. This was a major event, as Haryana was carved out of Punjab to address linguistic and regional demands, and Chandigarh was designated as a union territory to serve as a shared capital. Between 1971 and 1972, Himachal Pradesh was established as a separate state. Additionally, during this period, Manipur, Tripura, and Meghalaya were formed, reflecting ongoing efforts to accommodate regional identities and administrative needs. In 1987, the State of Goa Act was passed, making Goa a separate state of the Union. Around the same time, Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram attained full statehood, marking the expansion of statehood for northeastern regions. Fast forward to 2000, we see a series of significant reorganizations. On November 1, 2000, Chhattisgarh was carved out of Madhya Pradesh, followed by Uttarakhand, which was separated from Uttar Pradesh on November 8. Then, on November 15, 2000, Jharkhand was formed through the Bihar Reorganization Act. Finally, in 2014, the state of Andhra Pradesh was bifurcated to create Telangana, further illustrating the ongoing process of state formation based on regional and political considerations. Overall, these changes highlight India's dynamic approach to administrative restructuring, aimed at better governance and recognizing diverse regional identities. Since independence, the formation of new states and union territories has been a crucial part of strengthening the unity and integrity of the nation. So, looking at the timeline here, in 1961, Dadra and Nagar Haveli became part of India. That same year, Goa, Daman, and Diu also joined the country, marking a significant expansion of our territories. Then, in 1962, Puducherry was added to the Union, completing the integration of these French territories. Moving forward to 1966, Chandigarh was created as a new city and union territory, serving as a planned capital for both Punjab and Haryana. Fast forward to 1987, Goa was officially recognized as a full state, which was a major milestone, while Daman and Diu remained union territories. Most recently, in 2019, there was a major reorganization in Jammu and Kashmir, splitting it into two separate union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. These changes highlight how the administrative boundaries and statuses of our regions have evolved over time, reflecting both historical developments and the ongoing process of nation building. This timeline helps us understand the dynamic nature of India's territorial organization, which is a key part of our overall growth story. Let's take a look at some of the key name changes of Indian states over the years. Starting with the year 1950, The United Provinces was renamed Uttar Pradesh, which means Northern Province in Hindi. Similarly, East Punjab was renamed Punjab on January 26th of the same year, simplifying and unifying the identity of the region. Moving on to 1973, the state of Mysore was officially renamed Karnataka, reflecting its rich cultural heritage and linguistic identity. At the same time, the Laccadive, Minicoy, and Amandivi Islands collectively became Lakshadweep, which means 100,000 islands in Malayalam, highlighting their geographical features. In 2001, Calcutta was officially renamed Kolkata, aligning the city's name with its Bengali pronunciation and cultural roots. More recently, in 2007, Uttaranchal was renamed Uttarakhand, meaning northern land, emphasizing its mountainous terrain. Another notable change is Kerala, which is set to officially change its name to Keralam in 2026, showcasing the regional language and pronunciation preferences. And finally, in 2011, Orissa was renamed Odisha, which better reflects the local pronunciation and linguistic heritage. These name changes are significant because they reflect a deeper connection to regional identities, languages, and cultural histories. They also help us understand how India's diverse regions continue to evolve and preserve their unique heritage over time. Now, let's take a quick look at the list of Union territories. As you can see, there are 8 in total. Starting with the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which are located in the Bay of Bengal and are known for their stunning beaches and rich biodiversity. Moving to Chhattisgarh, this is a centrally located Union territory that was carved out of Madhya Pradesh, and it has a unique blend of tribal culture and natural resources. Then we have Dadra and Nagar Haveli, along with Daman and Diu. These are grouped together in this list, and they are known for their Portuguese colonial history and scenic coastlines. Delhi, the national capital territory, is of course the political and administrative heart of India, hosting key government institutions. Lakshadweep is a group of coral islands in the Arabian Sea, famous for their pristine beaches and marine life. Puducherry, with its French colonial legacy, offers a distinctive blend of Indian and French culture. Jammu and Kashmir, recently reorganized, is known for its breathtaking mountains and vibrant cultural heritage. Lastly, Ladakh, with its rugged terrain and high-altitude deserts, is a region of stark beauty and strategic importance. These Union territories highlight the diversity and complexity of India's political and geographical landscape, connecting to the overall theme of unity in diversity.